Hey, how does it? How you guys doing?
What's up, bro?
How you doing?
How you doing? Man, it's been a while, huh? Been a few.
Yeah, man.
Been a couple of weeks. Well, we're back. The
Yeah, bro.
Evening
What
Juice, Lemon
did you
City
guys-
Live, Season 8, Episode 35. We're back, better than ever. New little changes to our Lemon City aesthetic, on the stream here.
yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the big Lemon City Live in the middle, though.
It looks sharp.
It does. I feel like I want people to see it, just like bam right there.
Oh yeah. Oh, that on the top there.
Yeah. Is
Up
this
there.
bothering you? I don't know. I feel like I got all
Yeah.
the advertising around me, which is appropriate because I'll sell out to whatever pays me.
Oh, you're like Pitbull, bro. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
at
wrong
all.
with that.
On today's show, we will be talking NFL. We got plenty first
yeah.
place Dolphins talk. How about
Oh
that?
yeah.
We got that. We got a little top 5. We got a little bottom 5. We got another little secret top 5 that we're gonna sprinkle in there as well. We'll try to wrap up with some World Cup talk, but first and foremost, I am joined by the one, the only producer. No longer producer. You're just fungus now, bro. That's it,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
The one and only Gustavo Charon. Welcome back, bro.
Fungus.
Congratulations on your very exciting weekend.
Oh, thank you, man. Got engaged this weekend. It was awesome.
Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that.
Congratulations,
Got
man.
locked down. Lock
Thank
them
you.
up.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Thank you.
bro. Congrats on that. And bro, the newest member, bro. This guy's just he's part of the full-time staff now.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have to start giving him
I'm
benefits.
Honored. I'm honored.
We're gonna have to start giving him benefits and everything. Your favorite realtor, Xavier
Yeah,
Chavi
there you
Guerrero.
He's already our friend. Now he gets benefits.
Exactly. That's how we roll.
I don't know. I don't know if I like it the way that sounds, but that's all right.
Hey,
What? You're our
sounds
friend
great.
and we're giving you benefits. What's wrong with that?
It sounds great. Anyway, we got a jam-packed show, but as always, first off, actually, big thanks to our streaming partners. If you're watching on the YouTube, 5 Reasons Sports YouTube, or if you're checking us out on the podcast through Apple, Spotify, wherever it is that you get your podcast, be sure to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell somebody, just get it out there. This is, according to Chavi, the best underground sports podcast.
We
anywhere.
the best. All we
the
need
best,
is DJ
baby.
Khaled to come on here and say, "We the best."
Get at me, dog.
So we got it, bro. We got it. Come get at us. But anyway, we start like we do every week. We do every show. We got to do a little weekend phonies, even though it's on a Wednesday. We're gonna do, capturing everything that we had for
Hump day phonies, and
Hump Day phonies. All right, we'll do a little Hump Day phonies, and who's got the juice? So who wants to volunteer to go first? I can go first if you guys want me to. But
go. Yeah, you obviously
ahead.
want to go first. Go ahead.
all right. Give it to me. I'll give it to you guys. All right, I'll start with the juice, man. I had somebody else for the juice, but then this is like as fresh and as freshly squeezed juice right now that just happened. If you don't know, surprise to me, man. As a baseball guy, am I honestly surprised that that they gave it to him? I thought he deserved it, but I'm surprised that they gave it to him.
Mhm.
The one, the only Sandy Alcantara is now Cy Young Sandy. Congrats!
I called
it. Did you?
Yeah, you told me I was wrong.
Okay. All right. Well, if you
Yeah.
did, congrats. I was honestly.
Is there video evidence of this?
It was on the show, so probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You got to go find it. Then you can make a video and call me out.
Nah, I don't have that dedication.
So yeah, my juice is going to it's the freshest juice right now, man. This was just squeezed, just reported, just announced. Sandy
Mhm.
Alcantara wins the 2022 NL Cy Young. So congrats to him. Well deserved. The guy was a workhorse. I got to watch him play up close and personal many times this season, and it was always a delight. The guy's phenomenal. Good dude. I mean, everything you want. I just didn't think that they'd recognize a guy on a team like ours,
So-
especially with some other guys that had won a few more games.
Yeah, so
there you
I have a question for you.
good.
So when I said that he should win, you told me that a couple of other guys had better ERAs,
Yeah.
and things like
think I
that. So
remember. I think I
what
remember
is it about Sandy's season? Is it his how many times he closed games out?
Yeah, I think it
Mhm.
came down to just overall, like his was complete. Some guys had better ERA, some guys had more wins. I think his was just a combination of both, but then
Mhm.
just the workhorse, like guaranteed this guy every time he went out there, he gave the Marlins the best chance to win.
On a sorry team. On a sorry
And-
team, he just dominated.
And again,
Yeah.
it goes back to like when you think about it, it's just like, hey, if we take him out of the game, we lost some games for him, so his record could have actually been better. You know what I mean? But
There
the
you
fact
go.
that this guy had to pitch complete games for us and led the league in innings pitched, which is a huge accomplishment. I mean, the second place was way behind. You know what I mean when it comes to innings pitched. So, again, I'm happy. I'm happy for him. Hopefully, maybe it'll get like 5 or 6 more people at the game next season. But it is what it is. But congrats, Sandy. Props to him, man. Hell of a season. So Cy Young Sandy gets my juice.
All right.
I like it.
My
Well,
juice is gonna go to Jimmy, bro. Jimmy Butler. He had
Ooh.
that game-winning block the other night.
Nice.
Oof, sexy, bro. That's the kind of thing. Marlins. He got off to a kind of slow start this season.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of play that riles up your team and gets you on the right path. So Jimmy Butler doing his thing out there.
I like it.
He defense.
Mhm.
I like
bro,
it.
defense.
I'll give it. You know what?
Dale.
That's for
I like
our
it,
boy
dude.
there. That's
305 till I die.
exactly.
Yeah, you know who I'm going with.
Uh-oh.
Yes, you know who it is. You know it is the anointed one, the
Who's
one
that?
and only Tua.
Tua
Tua's my guy.
Tagovailoa.
That guy right there.
He's the biggest ball.
All season. He's actually the only undefeated player because every game he started there, he's won.
Started and finished.
Yes,
Yep.
sir. Started, finish. He's won exactly. That's it. He has 18 touchdowns, 3 interceptions
Oh,
at this point in the season.
so hot when you say
Nobody,
that, bro.
nobody expected. None of those experts expected this from him. Even with the people that put around him, they were still saying, he doesn't have the arm. He blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
The kid's just been doing it. Came back from the concussion. Came back from that controversy. From the injury, everything that's been thrown at him, the hip from 2 years, everything that's been thrown at him, all the garbage, all the hoopla, the kid's just been focused. He's been a nice guy,
Oh yeah.
classy guy, and right now he's just throwing the ball everywhere, darts. Shoo, 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 shoo. They blew up Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Cleveland. Cleveland. The season when the season started, they were expected to have
last I
tough
checked,
defense.
there's a dangerous man on that defensive line named Myles Garrett, and he didn't get a finger on.
He didn't
Tua.
get a chance to swing a helmet at Tua or nothing. He
Mhm.
didn't get a
He
chance
didn't
to do anything.
So absolutely,
but
100%.
my guy's Tua, man. He's doing it, and it's only halfway through the season. I understand that, but the steps that he's made as far as the leadership and the belief that team has in him, and the way he's playing, the confidence he has in himself, and I credit McDaniel for that. It's amazing. I'm glad to see the guy. That's my juice.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Love it,
Beautiful.
bro.
Beautiful.
Solid.
We'll get
I
more
figured
into
one
that
of us
later.
was gonna go with it, and honestly, my that was gonna be my juice. I was like, all right, it's got to be Tua, bro. I've been.
I thought with
the
that
flag
way
of
with the
Tua on.
hat and everything. I thought
Yeah.
you were coming.
I've been carrying the flag of Tua on all season for the last 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And Gus can attest, man. Even though somebody just on hiatus member of the show, TD likes to say that I'm a bandwagon fan. That's just because he doesn't listen anymore, and he wants to talk shit. But I've been carrying the flag for a long time. This is draft day, man. When it comes to Tua, man, I've wanted nothing more than have a prime, legit quarterback, and I wanted us to draft one. And as soon as we finally did that after 20 years, I said, I'm going to get behind this guy no matter what. You know what I mean? And remember, guys, there was a reason. There was this, hey, I love Joe Burrow, and I still think Joe Burrow is great and everything. But remember, there was a thing called tank for Tua. It wasn't tank for anybody else. It was tank for Tua because the dude is legit, and he's proving it right now. One more time.
Tua Tagovailoa.
There we go.
I remember the draft day. We had like a Zoom party because everything was going on, and we're all hyped and stuff. And then I was a little bit worried. I have to be honest. I was a little bit worried with the hip. I said, "Man, Herbert looks good. He's not injured. He's not damaged goods." So I went back and forth with the whole thing. But then what put me over was the fact that I said, "This kid, the anointed one, this kid's been a star high school, stud in college, and there's nothing that makes me think that he's not gonna be able to do it pro. There's something about Tua.
Yeah.
There's something about Mary, or there's something about Tua."
I agree 100%. Again, we right now we're being reminded why people were saying tank for Tua. They weren't saying tank for anybody else. They were saying tank for Tua. So although Gus, you had one. I'm trying to remember, you had a different one, right?
Win never for Trevor.
Solid. All right. Let's keep it going. Here. What do we got? What biggest phony of the weekend? I got my biggest phony is I've been calling it all season. All season. I've been saying this team is suspect. I refuse to put them as my number one team on my top 5. We'll see if they're even in my top 5 today. But it's the Philadelphia Eagles, biggest phony. You go in there. Everybody was talking about last week when they were 8-0. They were saying, oh, the rest of their schedule is super easy. They're playing the Commanders. Taylor Heineke's the quarterback. The Commanders don't have anybody. They got a running back who was shot a few months ago. They got a quarterback who is just serviceable at best. And they went in there, believed in themselves, slapped up Philadelphia, slapped them in the face, took the dub, and now we'll see. We'll see how they're going to rebound. They're 8-1. They're still in a good position, but phony. As soon as the spotlight was on you and everybody was like, all right, let's see what these Eagles are about. Right there. So that's what they get. My big phony of the weekend was the Philadelphia Eagles. What do you guys got?
There you go. Xavier, you go first.
Oh, I was pointing at you there, actually.
All right.
My phony, but I'll tell you my phony, and it's tough to pick this guy as a phony, but I think there's a pattern, and it's Josh Allen, and it's part of the game that you guys were going to talk about later about the big game he lost, and I've seen it a couple of times already. Well, actually more than a couple of times. I've seen it happen where it's a game, and he has the aesthetics. It looks pretty. He has a big game thing, but he doesn't get the result.
Yeah.
He doesn't get the result. There's something about him too, the interception wasn't nice, but there's something that he hasn't gotten over that hump yet in the big game. He's that shiny car, and then you're busting it out in the highway, and boom, the light goes on, engine
He's
light.
A very shiny car.
Have you seen people like that with these super beautiful cars, and they're on the side of the road? Josh Allen.
It's a very, very nice car. I don't think the right guy's driving it right now, and he's got to figure out how to make that happen. I think at times you're seeing that. And we'll talk more about it. I'm glad that you brought that up. That is something I want to touch on, but I want to wrap up our phonies here. Gus, what do you got?
Bro. DJ Khaled, bro. What are you doing?
God.
What are you doing, DJ Khaled? The world didn't need to see her ass crack, man. Bro.
Holy crap, dude.
What is that?
He posted this?
He posted this. He's
no
so yeah.
No
he's
shame.
It's beautiful.
He's promoting these new J's, these new Jordans.
Oh my god.
And they put him out here dunking, but man, look,
he's got a
fire is all out.
That marketing group that needs to get fired. They're making him look like a fool.
No, but that's the thing, though. That's part of his shtick now, man.
Exactly.
That's part of his shtick now because,
he knows what he's doing.
And he's like, yo, I'm gonna be as obnoxious and as bro, the guy doesn't dress up for anything. Like every time you see him in studios and videos, he's wearing like oversized basketball shorts, some baggy ass t-shirt like that. Like he's not even trying to take care of himself and in his public persona anymore. And whenever he talks, I can't listen to him. He talks in character now. That's not a real person anymore.
He's not. He's a WWE personality.
Yes, he's a WWE wrestler now. He's out there and he's like another one and blah, 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 blah. Gus knows. Gus and I were at the Clevelander in South Beach during the finals against the Spurs. Yeah. Right? Was this I think this is the one we lost. The one we lost to the Spurs.
The one we lost, yeah.
Yeah, and we're down there. ESPN was doing First Take from the Clevelander. We went out there. Gus and I came out on TV. We're jumping up in the background. Nice. But anyway, they brought in the mayor of Miami, and they were coming to talk heat, and they brought out Khaled, and I was like, "What the hell, dude? I didn't even understand that. There's so many other better people. I don't know. I just again, it was just this big animated." I think Gus, you hit it on the head. He's a wrestling character now.
Yeah.
He's just in a shtick. He's just doing his promos. He's cutting a promo every time he talks, and I'm not a fan of him.
He can never break what do they call it? Kayfabe?
Character? Yeah, he doesn't break kayfabe. He's totally into it, and this is another example of it. He's just I'm not buying it. I don't like it. I think Gus, you know what? That was a point for you. Good job. Great phony. You win the phony of the week. How about that? That was the best phony there.
Beautiful. The picture, he brought the prop, everything.
There you go.
Oh man. All right. So that's weekend phony. Now, Gus, you did have another little thing from the weekend that you saw that you wanted to to talk about. What's this? What do you got here?
So Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield
Oh yeah,
have partnered up to create and deliver holy ears, which
Bullshit.
are edibles. Yeah, edibles in the shape of an ear. So Mike Tyson, he's been trying to get into the
no, Mike
the
Tyson's
weed
not been
game.
trying. Mike Tyson is
He's been in it for a while.
He's
He's in it.
You know who's
So
with
now-
him? Have you seen the other? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but he's doing videos with Ric Flair, and him have become buddies. Speaking of WWE and wrestling and all that stuff, Ric Flair is out there doing these videos where he's just smoking with Mike, and they're promoting like his whole line and everything. It's fantastic, dude.
Oh,
like
man,
to
that's
see
awesome.
Ric Flair out there just smoking with Mike Tyson. It's just that's a dream matchup there that I never thought of would happen. But this one, edibles with Evander Holyfield in the shape of an ear.
Yeah, bro.
Wow, that is
yeah.
fantastic.
And that got me thinking. That is a very unlikely duo. Because
Yes,
you gotta imagine these guys that they hate each other, right?
Yeah,
Like
you
maybe
would
they're
think so.
maybe they
At
became
one
buddy
point.
buddy. Yeah.
At one
Maybe
point, they hated each other. I mean, you bite somebody's ear off. I don't think
Yeah.
they're gonna be like warm to you, right off the bat.
Exactly. So who knows when they became buddy buddy, or if they're just doing this strictly for the business aspect of it, and they still are just whatever with each other.
Yeah.
But it is a very unlikely duo to go to business with each other, and the product that they're putting out, it's just like you would have never thought in a million years that something like this would happen. Right?
Kevin Nash.
Oh, Kevin Nash.
Kevin
Everybody's
Nash.
in the weed game right now, man.
Selling hash.
with the little long hair
So-
and stuff. You could tell he was
Yeah.
in the little.
Yeah, bro. We need some Lemon City Live strand. Like somebody's got to make a Lemon City Live
man.
one, like a
Lemon
lemon citrus
drops?
A
flavor.
lemon
Yeah.
lemon flavor. You know what? You're into something.
I'm telling you, bro. I got no connects in the weed game though.
I'll talk to my friends. I don't smoke good, but I'll talk to them.
All right. So that got me thinking, what are other unlikely duos that will go into business together in the sports world, right?
Ooh, I like the thought of that.
So I came up with my top 5 list, of course.
Oh, all right. I got
right.
drum music for you. So let me know when you
Let's
want
go.
it.
Do
All
it.
right, you ready?
Yeah.
So you're gonna give us what? So this is so
5,
announce
4,
this
3,
again.
2, 1.
No, this is what is this again? Your top
Top
five.
5 unlikely business duos.
Top 5
Four.
unlikely business duos from the one and only Producer Fungus. Here we go. Number 5.
Number 5, in the spirit of the World Cup,
Oh.
you got Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo teaming up to sell goat cheese.
I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
I love goat cheese.
I'll buy
I
that.
like it. I give you a little.
Wow.
Yeah, I might buy that. I might buy that. Yeah, I like that. Goat cheese.
Goat cheese.
All right.
All right.
Appropriate
Number
enough.
4.
Okay.
Number 4.
Number 4. Hold on. Wait. We got a budget now. We gotta use it. Number 4.
Number 4, you got Allen Iverson
Ooh.
and Antoine Twinkle Toes Walker
Oh. I know where this
teaming
is
up,
going.
teaming up to sell you some financial services.
I'm not sure if
There you
I'll
go.
buy that one, but I like it.
I like
It's
it.
unlikely duo with an unlikely product.
I think I heard of this one, and I believe there's an angel investor named Charles Barkley behind the scenes on that one too.
For sure.
For sure.
I like it. Good one, Gus. So
This
top.
is-
All right.
This is world
So the
class.
Walker Iverson Financial Services, number 4. All right, give it to us. Number 3. Can't wait for this.
Number 3, you got the Miami Dolphins
Ooh.
and Miami-Dade Transit
Oh.
teaming up to extend the Metro Rail north. This is actually something that's going to happen. Okay, everybody.
one day.
Miami-Dade is extending the Metro Rail to Miami-Dade North Campus and to Hard Rock Stadium. How
Yeah, I
about
heard
that?
by 2027. I think was the
Mhm.
date or the year I heard. We'll see.
Yeah,
that'd
bro.
be kind of cool.
Yeah.
It only took like 40 years after the fact to make it happen.
Yeah, bro. And I saw the post on Instagram, and
So you know
somebody
it's a real.
commented. Yeah, exactly. So you know it's real.
See it now.
And then I saw
can see it
my
now.
favorite comment was, now all FIU has to do is win a national championship so they can extend it west.
Ah.
we go.
I like
They
it.
might win one in soccer. They might win one in soccer.
I also
that's
also
right.
heard that we're looking to take it east too towards the beach, but I don't know. I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone's won anything out there, so
Yeah.
we'll see. All right, that was number 3. Give me number 2.
Number 2, the Miami Heat and Bang Brothers are going to team up for the arena naming rights.
Wow.
Right? The Bank Brothers Center, bro. The BBC.
The big BBC. All right, nice. Oh wait. Evan says it'll be ready in 2097. Brought to you by the crew working on the Palmetto. Yep. Actually, you know what? Yeah, the Palmetto's forever been in service, but you know what? Also is hasn't been out of service as long, but I feel like it's taken forever too. Are they ever gonna finish the turnpike? I had to drive from my hood down here, by the Keys, all the way to Broward today. And the whole drive up the turnpike was just like construction, and it's super wide. And I'm like, bro, but we're going like 3 lanes, and I'm just like, oh my god, it took me an hour and a half to get up there, dude. Unbelievable. I'm never driving again. Horrible. All right, so that was number 2.
That was number 2.
I don't know, Gus. Number 1 better be good. I wasn't like I like the last 2, but I like the first 2 even better. So give me number 1. You better come strong here, bro. Come strong here. Number 1.
You got the 90s Bills, the 2003 Cubs, the 2007 Pats, and the 2016 Falcons selling to you anti-choking mechanisms.
No, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one.
Anti-choke mechanisms. Anti-choking. Creative. He tried. It was creative.
I'll give you a small.
Wow.
Just a small one. All right, there you have it, guys. There's Gus's top 5 unexpected sporting,
unlikely business duels. Sports business duels.
They're presented by
lovely
Gus.
segment. Lovely
segment. Thank you.
And your real estate services of Chavi Guerrero. So
that's how I really get paid.
There you go. All right, man. Now that we got all the that stuff out of the way, let's talk, man. Right now we're 7-3. What's man? Do you have like
who's we?
Huh?
The Miami Dolphins are 7-3, baby.
Hell yeah. What's you have the dang? I don't have
finish your sentence.
I don't have the stat. There's that numbers of all the Dolphins haven't been 7-3 since what? Since 2001.
Oh,
when
since,
Tua was 3 years old.
Brady's rookie season.
Rookie season. Tua was 3 years old. Yeah. The iPod was invented, but the iPhone was still years away.
Yeah.
Like we've gone through 7 naming changes on the stadium.
24 quarterbacks.
24 quarterbacks, and we're finally fucking here, man.
8 coaches, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, good God, but
yeah.
Okay.
It was a journey. But we're here now.
It's been an incredible journey, but let's go back.
Yes.
A couple of weeks into the season here. Okay. Remember that feeling? Remember what I said that after we beat the Bills, I said nothing could take this high down. And it hasn't, bro. Not a concussion, not a near-death experience, not a 3-game losing streak, not a guy named Skylar Thompson leading my team. No.
Skylar's pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't knock him. Don't knock him.
No. It's all
That's
about
my guy.
No, baby. It's all about my boy, Tua. And as the card-carrying member and leader of Tua Non Nation here, I cannot be happier, dude, to see everything. We stuck it to Brian Flores. Fuck that guy, I mean,
that's a little much.
Yeah, man.
It came from the heart.
Yeah, dude. I can't describe, man, how happy I am as a Dolphins fan. Dude, I was wearing this hat the other day and I'm walking around. I had 3 different people go Dolphins. Like, there hasn't been that. Like, I haven't had anybody tell me go Dolphins in the longest time,
Yeah.
Unless I'm wearing like my Marino jersey and they're like, hey, yeah, man, Marino was the best. These Dolphins suck now. That's usually what you get. But we finally have something, and just across the board, guys, think about this.
Pinch yourself. Is it real?
It's okay. This past game, newsflash, we beat the Browns. What was the final score? 39-17.
17.
We beat the Browns, okay? We beat Jacoby Brissett, which was the guy that, Brian Flores thought was better than Tua, and we should put him ahead of Tua. So that, don't get me wrong. Don't I don't even want to go there. We're done with Brian Flores talk. Forget that guy. He's gone. Yeah. He's out of here. But let's talk about this Dolphins team here. 0 sacks. Our punter but they posted a picture after the game where he was sleeping on the bench. His uniform was as clean as can be. He didn't even come in the game with 0 punts, 0 sacks, and 1 big dub for the Dolphins.
He was nibbling on those edible ears.
Yes, he was chilling, having the best time. But seriously though, like right now, this Dolphins team, there's at no point do you feel like it's like you're out of it. Like it's just like, oh, we're gonna score. we're gonna score every time. Like this
When was the last
confidence.
time?
I don't understand. I don't know what to do with this confidence. I don't know what to do with this feeling and this emotional high of success, of optimism. You know,
you need to write a song. You need to write a song. You're into your feelings. Write a song.
This would be that time where I would get into that feelings. If I had like an acoustic guitar, I'd just start strumming and just, you know, talking about my love for the Dolphins. But guys, you know what we saw this week that was disgusting? We saw an emergence. We got a run game, bro. We got a run game. We have a running attack.
Yes.
Chase Edmonds gone. Nice
goodness.
guy, but
Thank goodness.
you just see what, because this Wilson and Mostert are the same person. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. They're both like, sometimes, you know, you have these running back by committees, but one running back is more of a, you know, a north-south runner. Another one's more of, you know, just going for the cuts and, you know, looking for the lanes and there's a different pace. These two guys are exactly the same. This blocking scheme and this offensive line, which we thought, you know, we didn't know what to think going into the season. We're like, we got, you know, Armstead. Let's see how it goes. But it was a suspect line. All of a sudden, it's incredible what a good offense does. First of all, what having
a good
threats,
offensive line.
Yes. Yeah. But it's incredible what a good offensive threats when we have a receivers that can catch, when you have tight ends, when you have running backs, you got to keep that defense honest. So now the running game, the O-line can actually, you know, focus better on their assignments and what they're doing. And you're seeing that. I mean, and the best part about it with this new running back committee that we have, you don't change anything. Like, you're not asking like, hey, this guy's in the game, you know, we have to block a little different. No, it's the same attack over and over every single play. You know what I mean? And it's phenomenal. Like I was watching, I was so amazed by that. Those are my two. I had 3 takeaways. My 3 takeaways from the game was the running game. We got it. It's legit. You know, this is what we thought with Mike McDaniel. This is what he was known for. You know, he brought his guys over. This is what's happening. The second thing was the O-line play. Just the fact that no sacks. There was a couple of plays by Tua that was just football sex, and it was so hot, and I was just like loving it. Oh my god. There was where is it? There was the first touchdown to Engold, where right off the snap he reads to the left and this guy was right in his face and he pumps him, gets the guy to jump, calm, cool, and collected, pulls it back, a little sidearm dish to the guy, sneaks it into the end zone. And then let's talk about that Sherfield catch in the corner of the end zone. That dime, absolute
throw.
Absolute
Nasty.
dime, just sick out there and phenomenal catch. You know what I mean? Like
on a
all
rope,
props to him.
On a rope.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So you had this. So yeah, the O-line, the running game, and the last takeaway that I have was we didn't make the dumb penalties that we've been making the last few weeks. We keep making dumb penalties. We keep getting penalized over and over and over, whether it's a false start, an offsides, defensive holding. None. We cut that down drastically. I don't know what the final number was on it, but we definitely cut that down drastically. Like, it wasn't a factor anymore. Yeah. We had as complete a game as I've ever seen a Dolphins team play. And mind you, we didn't have the crazy 160 yards from Tyreek Hill or 180 from Waddle. We didn't have any of that. We had distribution. We had 3 touchdowns. Or have you seen the videos when he calls it tutties? So I got 3 tutties. You didn't see it? Did you see they had McDaniel and Tua mic'd up. I don't know if you've heard the audio from it yet. And it's phenomenal. Like, he's like, all I care about is, I don't care. Tua said, I don't care about the yards. All I care about is the tutties, baby. And that's what he wants, you know? And like you said, 18 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, no mistakes, just the highest quarterback rating, the best quarterback on third down, he has the most yard, everything. Tua leads it right now. Tua totally leads. And we just lost Xavi. I don't know where he went, but hopefully he'll be back. But we got everything we want. We have those 3 facets of the game. Those are my big 3 takeaways from it. And again, like I don't know, man. I haven't had this type of feeling in so long, and I'm struggling to like quantify it or know what to do with it. I don't know. How did you? I know you had a busy weekend, but how did you take in the game? So
yeah, I mean, I was proposing to my girlfriend as as all this was happening. So my fiance now, but no, I did rewatch the game afterwards. And bro, like you said, penalties were down. They only got called for 5 penalties for 43 yards. Okay, which is a big improvement over. I mean, just a few weeks ago, they got like almost an entire football field's worth of yards on penalties. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that kind of stuff bites you in the ass. Losing the turnover battle bites you in the ass. But in this game, the Dolphins, they won the penalty battle. They won the turnover battle, which is important because there was, I forgot which game it was that we lost, where the offense looked like this offense. They were hitting on all cylinders, but then they would get called holding or they would get called personal foul or whatever. And they kept killing the momentum. Actually, we might have won that game by a little bit, but still, it was, that kind of stuff will screw the game over for you. So the Dolphins can continue to improve in that aspect, winning the penalty battle, winning the turnover battle. Man, the sky's the limit for this team.
It is. And the just watching them come together, you also mentioned something else, the defense, okay?
Yeah.
This guy, the Bradley Chubb that we just brought in, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's big. Now you have a real edge rusher, guy who's posing a threat to that O-line, and it's alleviating the pressure on the other side. So now the rest of our we got some turnovers.
Yeah. They had he plays opposite Jalen Phillips.
Yeah.
Jalen Phillips was doing his thing. He's obviously he's not a Pro Bowler level, but he was causing chaos
and potential.
Exactly. And now you got Bradley Chubb on the other side. Like, man, how are you gonna stop both of them? You can't.
No, it really is. It's a joy to watch. But when you're seeing this defense step it up, this defense come together, this defense making turnovers. Okay, so the last couple of years, we've been a defensive team. We, the face of us, our ID, what do you call it? Our identity has always been. Welcome back, Javi.
I was hacked, man. I don't know what happened. My internet went down. I'm so down in the underground that the signal just wasn't getting there.
So, but yeah, no, the defense, with Bradley Chubb now, we've been known as a defensive team the last couple seasons. If there's one thing that Brian Flores did instill was that we could be a defensive team. Now we've taken our licks. Xavier Howard can't have the kind of season that he had last season and the last couple seasons every season. It's incredibly difficult because
especially since he's injured.
Yes, and he was playing at such a high level. Plus, people start respecting him. They're not going to throw it to him as much, So it's time for other guys to step up. So we haven't been causing the turnovers at the same rate that we were, but we're playing more complete defense. We're playing Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is a great
Bradley Chubb. Oh, okay, Nick Chubb. Yeah, Nick Chubb.
And this week we besides the one run late in the game, it was a pointless run. You know what I mean? But we neutralized an incredible rushing attack, one of the best in the league. Okay.
Yeah.
We kept him in check. We forced a fumble on him, his first fumble of the season. There's a lot of things that you can go in and circle and highlight about the Dolphins that were really good, really, really good points and really good successes that they had. And again, now we talked about the defense, but we're going back to the offense. We didn't have the breakout receiver this week, but we put up 39 points. We missed a couple of extra points. It should have been 41. Jason Sanders, I'm a little worried. I think he's 2 of 7 on the season for 50 or more.
Up there.
50 yards or more field goals. So that's a little suspect.
Sketchy.
I'll be a little sketch there, but I still think they could turn it around. He could turn it around. But again, I mean, how did you take it, Xavier, when you were watching the game?
There's something that made me think that they're not just in it to compete this season. I think they're in it to win it. The trades, when they went all in with Chubb, they think that's the missing piece, and if he plays or performs how he can, definitely he elevates the team. And the underappreciated trade, Jerry Wilson, a few weeks back, Junior, we're talking about McCaffrey, and I was not for that trade because of everything you had to give up.
Yeah.
Specifically for him.
Yeah.
And now we got this guy at a good value, and he looked amazing. He fit in perfectly. He fit in perfectly.
Hold on. Well. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but look, Kevin's photo. He's got his trombone on there. Look at that. That's a handsome looking guy. Marching band picture as your YouTube picture. I like it. I like it. What's up, fellas? Hugh Drink for Dolphins, FIU football. Enter a big week against Utah. He's all about it, man. He's getting real deep into our.
Don't become Kevin. Don't become that Stanford trombone player.
The one that got pushed out of the way.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
No, Kevin's a big kid.
I
was looking at that game. Those two guys were performing, and I was saying, man, these guys are in it, and they believe that this could be the year. Like they can win it all. And that was my take from watching the game. And I said, wow, this is a game because I've been once bitten many times, twice shy with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I'm always the guy that every year says, this is a year, this is a year, this is a
Oh,
year.
yeah,
I've
man.
had years where they start off amazing and then they drop off again. So
Yeah.
I'm still there. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this ride because it feels special. It feels different. But I'm watching the game against Cleveland and I'm saying, wow, you know what? This Dolphins team is different because usually this game we could get upset. You know, the game started off a little, bad for the Dolphins. The way Cleveland started, it flashed. It looked like it was going to be a different game.
Yeah.
And Miami just came back and just, kept smacking them and pushing them down and wouldn't let them get back into the game. And they looked good on defense. They looked good, on offense. And I'm like, I haven't seen a Dolphin team like this.
It's complete. It's complete.
It's
not even
so
in the
long.
Marino years, because that was
Because
the
we
knock
never
on
had
the Marino
defenses
years.
like this. Or
Yeah.
he didn't have a running game.
He never had a running game.
He has everything's there now. You have the coach. You have every single box. And then we had a bunch of people injured in the defensive backfield, and the guys that came in have stepped up and have played well. That's not normal. That doesn't normally happen unless there's something aglow with this team.
Yeah.
And so I like it. I love it.
The other big thing, I like what you mentioned there. Look, hey, bro, I'm not scared to say it. Super Bowl? Why not?
We're contenders.
Of course.
We're in the conversation.
They're contenders.
Right now. Right
When
now,
you have
week
a team
10.
that can score like that and defend, you're a contender.
Right now, what is this? Week 10 that we're going into?
Week 11.
Week 11? We're contenders.
Yeah.
Yes. This is definitely
Absolutely.
why not? I mean, what right now at 7-3. Wait, are we 7-3? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
7-3. With everything that we've done, with everything that we've shown, why not? Absolutely. The AFC is open. We can make it happen. We're in first place. We got a game on the Bills, who are now in sixth place, which leads me. Got a couple of things here I want to talk about. Let me pull it up. I got a little something for you guys here.
While you pull it up, we're right where we said like a few weeks back. We talked about it. We could be 8-3 after this pick of games, and that's where they're headed.
Look at that. So here we go. We got the current up to the minute playoff picture in both the AFC and the NFC. This is how it stands. If the playoffs started right now, today, this week, Miami would be the number 2 seed in the AFC. KC gets the 1. They get the bye. We'd be hosting the Patriots.
Every single AFC East team would make the playoffs in this scenario. That's wild, bro.
That's wild. Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Has that ever happened before?
I don't think so, because the playoffs expanded.
That's a sports nugget for you.
There you go. Yeah. That's just with the new playoff expansion. You can do that, because it's always been 6 teams for the longest time. So you'd have your 3 division winners or your 4 division winners and 2 wild cards. Now, with the with 8 teams, or is it 7 teams? You get the extra team in. So you're looking at it. We'd be hosting New England. We've taken care of business. I'm not scared of Mac Jones. That's a dub. Looking at the other matchups here, you got some good matchups. I'm still not sold on the Jets. I don't think they're going to be good. And Buffalo drops all the way down to a 6th seed on the road, traveling to Tennessee. That's a tough matchup there. That would again, what we're saying about Josh Allen and everything. We'll talk a little bit more about it. But KC that's our matchup right there. KC would be number 1.
That's the toughest team I see of every single team there. I don't see a team where Miami can't compete. Yeah. And Miami can beat Kansas City also. So there's a chance.
Kevin says NFC East isn't far off from having each team in the playoffs. That happens, but cool to mention. NFC East, you got, because I think Washington is on the outside looking in, but they've reeled off I think 4 or 5 straight victories right now. So including the big win against Philadelphia, so that's a big divisional win there as well. They could sneak in. San Francisco, scary team at 7. Let's see here. Philadelphia 1. Minnesota, we got the number 2 seed. Minnesota, big win this week against Buffalo. San Francisco, they would host San Francisco.
Minnesota's fine as long as they don't play on prime time.
Exactly. That's why big time. Big time right there. Seattle would be the 3 seed. Dallas 6. Tampa, who's getting it in gear right now. I think they have 2 or 3 straight wins in a row now against a really hot Giants team. I'm high on the Giants, man. High on the Giants there. Hey, that'd be interesting there. How about that? The Giants taking on the Bucks. Brady against the Giants. Ooh, that'd be a nice little.
All those matchups look good. All
those matchups would look good, right?
Dallas is suspect.
Dallas is suspect, yeah, but still, it's something. Dallas is a storyline, bro. It's like you want them in there just so they can lose, and then you can talk shit about them. It's always
get the memes and get the memes going.
Get the memes, baby.
Yeah.
So that's the current playoff picture. Now, going back to what I was saying, the Dolphins and Super Bowl talk here, bro. Why not? What would you need to be a Super Bowl contender? How about an MVP? Right? An MVP could make you a Super Bowl contender. Do you know the current NFL MVP odds right now, according to DraftKings? I have it pulled up right here.
I think Patrick Mahomes is leading, and
Patrick
then followed
Mahomes
by
is number one. Do you know who's
followed
number
by Tua.
two? Ooh, Gus doing his homework. Look at that. You know who number 3 is?
I don't know.
Want to take a guess, Javi? Number 3 in the MVP odds according to DraftKings?
Jalen.
Ooh. Look at that. Yeah, bro. Gus came to play, bro. Came to play. I love it. You know what? A little FaceTime.
You deserve it. Who's number 3?
Huh?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, man. Jalen Hurts, number 3. It's rounding out your top 5.
Top 3.
You know who's getting talks is Jefferson, bro.
Yeah,
I know he's a wide receiver, but still, man, he's having an amazing season.
Yeah.
Josh Allen 4, Lamar Jackson 5, and then Burrow, Cousins. Actually, I think Saquon Barkley should get some love, man. That dude leads the league in rushing. He's on pace to average like 1,700 yards this season. He's like that again. I'm high on the Giants. There's something about that team that's just like Danny Dimes is having the season of his life. I'm high on the Giants. I'm high on the Giants. It's weird to say. I don't like them, but I'm high on the Giants. But that's your top 5 odds to win the MVP according to DraftKings. Going back to this here, the big game this weekend was the Buffalo and Minnesota. All right.
Yeah.
Now, I got some notes, man. I was watching this game, and everybody was talking about it. Twitter was blowing up. They were talking about it, this, that, and the other. And again, great game. Great game. You had this phenomenal catch by Jefferson. You had this incredible play where, Josh Allen fumbles a snap and they score a touchdown instead of taking a safety. Like everything that could go wrong. On the dramatics, it definitely did not lack. It was an incredible game, something fun to watch. But when I started looking a little deeper into the numbers and sorry, I kind of minimized the wrong screen. Hold on, where'd you guys go? There you go. When I started looking at the numbers a little bit, I started diving in. I really started noticing some things here. And the Bills, all right, they're on a 2-game skid right now, okay? And they've been in my top 5, 1 or 2. I think I had them as low as maybe 3 for, most of the season right now. But I think there's cause for concern in Buffalo, man. I really do think that right now, and Xavier, hit on it at the beginning with this phony, I think the Bills are very suspect right now. Did you notice something about that game? Or one thing that I noticed about that game that really stood out? There's no run game in Buffalo. No, the run game is Josh Allen. That's it. You were going to say something, Gus? I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Singletary's all right.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. They brought in Naeem Hines, and I thought that was going to fix a lot of their run game issues, but they're just not using him.
No. Singletary, Motor Singletary, nice guy, but ain't nobody going in there game planning for Mike Singletary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So ain't nobody going, no, we gotta stop that. Devin Singletary.
Mike's a little old now.
Yeah.
But technically was not wrong. Nobody's planning for Mike Singletary.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Thanks, Gus. Gus is on fire today, bro.
You're welcome.
Give him
but Josh Allen, man, I think the stock on Josh Allen right now is taking a dip. I think it's really taking a dip right now. He's had a bad couple of weeks. They've had a bad couple of losses. You know who Josh Allen let me ask you, who does Josh Allen remind you guys of? I want to see if maybe you guys are on the same page as me, because I look at him playing and it screams out somebody for me now. Like now I look at it and I can't unsee it.
From the past?
Yeah. So who does he remind you of? It could be current, it could be past, but whatever. Just what does he remind you of when you see him? Because when I look at him now, I see a certain player. In my case, it's somebody from the past, and I'm just like, bro, this is exactly who he is. He's a little bigger version of it. He's got to mix with somebody else, but in his essence, is somebody.
Let's see.
Favre?
Bro, Gus!
Dale.
Look at this. Oh, Gus, on fire, bro. More FaceTime. Give him, go. Yeah.
Yeah, no, today's his day.
Today
I kind of got that feeling too,
bro.
But I'm worried. I'm a little worried about him getting injured because he's
reckless.
He's a little reckless. It's okay that he's having this little spell now.
Yeah,
as long as he goes in, to playoffs sharp. So it's better for them to have it now. Yeah. But what I don't think he's worried about is the injury, and he's just one of these moments he's gonna get hit in the back. gonna get hit in the knee, and it's just he's being reckless. Just like he's being reckless throwing the ball, he's being reckless with his body.
Yeah. You saw when he tried tackling Peterson and he went in with the elbow and then hurt his elbow again, which was the cause for concern leading up to the game, where he went, oh, he's not going to play. Well, maybe he'll play. No, he's just injured. No, he's not going to play. He wasn't on the field. Oh, he's starting. Everything's good. That was the whole week of Josh Allen.
The best of him.
Yeah.
He gets really high. Yeah. He loves. You could tell he loves football. I mean, the guy's a stud. But there's between that recklessness and sometimes the thought process and decision making. Yeah, that's the issue with him.
I see it. To me, I'm telling you, I see Brett Favre, and Gus nailed it. I see Brett Favre. I see a gunslinger. I see a guy who thinks he can make every throw, and he can. He can make every throw. He's got a cannon. He can put it wherever he wants. But sometimes you're your own worst enemy, and I feel like
the ego gets the best of you.
I don't want to say ego, because I feel like ego has a negative connotation. I just feel like in this case, I feel like he's really not trying to be like, oh, I'm better than him. He just like too much confidence. I just think it's too much confidence in his ability because he's so gifted. He's such a freak athlete. You know what I mean?
You ever seen that movie about those assassins that they can make bullets bend around walls?
Oh yeah, wasn't that
I think it's with that guy that plays a young Professor Xavier. I think it's with that guy.
Yeah. I forget the name of that movie.
I forget the name of that movie, but I feel like the movie sucks. But I feel like he feels like he can bend balls around places. You know, it's kind of like that.
And the thing is, it's leading to turnovers. Let me see here. I have the number here. Since 2020, you know who leads the league in turnovers? The Buffalo Bills. Did you know that? 47 turnovers. They have the most in the NFL. Josh Allen. Let's see here. Who leads the league? Who leads the NFL in interceptions this season?
It's Josh Allen, I guess. Yeah.
Wow. Look at that. How about that? Josh Allen.
Baby Brett.
No, it's Josh Allen here. Leads the league right now. Baby Brett. Oh, okay. I think he said Baby Brett. I like it. Baby Brett. Baby Brett. You know, a couple weeks ago, we're anointing this guy as like the clear-cut MVP, the best player in the league, threatening Mahomes and doing all this stuff. And I'm here like, hold on. Let's dive into this a little bit here. And when you really look into it, it's the proof is in the pudding, man. You know, 10 interceptions leads the NFL right now. His play reminds me of Brett Favre, which Brett Favre would roll to. Remember Brett Favre's last game with Minnesota? He was against the Saints. He was rolling to the right and then tried to do a cross-body throw, throws the interception, and ruins it in the NFC conference championship game against the Saints. It's that kind of mentality. Like, just I got it. I know it. I got trust in this arm that it's gonna do it. And I feel like and again, could be a growing pain. This could be just, a little lapse here in the season, a couple bad weeks where he figures it out. I don't know what his mental fortitude is and how strong it is, but can he come out of it? Of course he can come out of it. But right now, you're looking at that, and he has through 2 red zone picks this week. 2. He has an NFL worst 4 red zone picks on the season. Tua only has 3 picks altogether. Now Tua's gotten lucky on some batted balls and some bad throws, but the last few weeks you haven't seen any of that. Okay,
gotten much better. Much better with it.
Much better. And speaking with the comparison, somebody brought up something like to me, Tua was reminding me of Drew Brees a little bit with his accuracy. Because Drew Brees wasn't going to kill you with a deep ball.
That's what they said when he was coming out.
Yeah, and he's been deadly accurate. But you know who he's really reminding me of? Somebody pointed out. My brother pointed out. And it's Steve Young. That's what I'm seeing. Obviously, there's the left-handed, similarities there. Not as mobile, but bro, it's just. Remember when Steve Young was in his prime and he had Jerry Rice there? It's like you just knew that it was gonna be a pass. You knew what was gonna happen. You had confidence in that offense. That's where I see the connection to Steve Young and Tua right now. Like when he's out there, it's like, oh, like. This guy's, Hall of Famer out there, and he's going to get us some points, and we're going to get some yards here. But in the style of play, I see the accuracy like a Drew Brees, but I do see that link to Steve Young. It really, really, really connects with me. Now, going back to this Bills-Vikings game, everybody's crowning the game as the best game ever. Had this dude, the cornerback, just slap the ball down and not let this guy, instead of going for the interception, you know what I mean? We wouldn't be talking about this. The Bills, Vikings would be, phonies. Because they lost to a good team, they'd be 7-2 or whatever their record would be, 7-2. We would still be talking about the Bills. Okay, they had a bad game, but they rebounded. And the whole conversation, the whole narrative would be different. I think the Bills would still be in. They'd be in the number 2 seed, or I think because they'd be 7-3 or side, or they wouldn't be 6. They wouldn't be behind the Jets. So it's incredible how one play can change the whole everything that people are going to talk about for the rest of the week.
The
you know?
outcome.
The whole outcome of everything. But again, if that guy had just slapped the ball, you know what I'm talking about, the play with the sick catch. Now, was that catch the greatest catch? They're saying it's might be the greatest catch in NFL history. I mean,
It's up there.
I think it was a sick catch, but I think it was. I still got the Beckham catch better. The Odell Beckham catch. Yeah, to me that because the way Beckham just like reached back and the ball just stuck to his hand, there was no doubt that ball was anywhere moving or anything. You know what I mean? It was just stuck to his hand. He fell back, fell into the end zone, did the whole thing, and never even put a second hand on the ball. Just like it was just so nasty, and I had never seen anything like that. It was just like glued to his hands. With this catch here, like he went up for it. There was it was kind of the ball was falling and he kind of ripped it from the guy at the last second. It was still spectacular, but I'm going to go Odell Beckham, OBJ as a better catch. But again, you don't, if the guy just slaps the ball, you don't have that. And then you don't have the turnovers. You don't have any of that stuff. And this whole story would be completely different because it was 4th and 18, I believe. And the guy threw it deep. Cousins threw a deep ball, and all of a sudden, this guy, you're like, why are you trying to get a pick here, bro? Just slap the ball, then you get the ball on the way to the other side of the field, game over. You know? So, I don't know. If I was a Bills fan, I'd be pretty pissed off at that guy right now. You know? Yeah. Just saying.
So, takeaways, Tua is Steve Young, and Josh Allen is Brett Favre.
Brett Favre right now. I'm feeling
Who's got more Super Bowls?
Steve Young
or Brett Favre?
Steve Young has more because he was a backup on a couple of those Niner ones. He has one by himself.
Really? That's surprising.
Yeah, Steve Young and the Niners in the early 90s kept getting beat by the Cowboys.
Montana was...
Yeah, and he was Montana's backup.
They had them both.
I mean, I know he was Montana's backup, but I thought he won more by himself.
No, it's Niners. Damn. Niners won 4 with Montana, 1 with Steve Young. So.
All right. Well, speaking of Brett Favre, him and Sepp Blatter teamed up to write a business ethics manual. So, yeah.
I like it.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
There you go, Gus. That should have been up there. Should have been in the top 5.
Just thought of it.
Now, something I noticed with the Vikings. Everybody's talking about the Vikings, and they're saying, it's good. But I looked at it. They got 7 consecutive wins, all by 8 points or fewer.
Yeah, man. All by 1 possession wins.
Unbelievable.
That's amazing.
This team could be like 4 and 4 right now, or 4 and 5.
Do you take that as a negative? Because there's a pro and a con. Because once you get into playoff, all the games tend to be tight, and you're used to it. They say it won't phase you to be in a close game. Some of these teams that are blowing out, like let's say Miami, God forbid, they're blowing out some of these teams. In the playoffs, it might not be like it might be a 3-point game, and we depend on Sanders.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you need to be a team that you want to have confidence in your team that they can win a close game, that when it gets to these situations, you want to be victorious. But I'm going to spin it to you and throw it back at you. Last season, I believe the Raiders had the best record in 1-score games all season. This season, complete opposite. So what's more telling?
It's dangerous.
Exactly. I've always said, look, hey, I want to win those close games, but I'd rather not even be in the close games. Let me just
you want to show you're a better team. Yeah, if you're a better team, you show you're a better team, of course.
So
the Dolphins have shown that they can win close games because they only beat the Bears by 3. They beat the Lions by 4. You know what I mean? The
Bills and
Steelers,
the
Buffalo game. Yeah,
Steelers was a 1 point.
Now is when they're starting to trend with continual offense, continuous scoring.
Let's see here. I got the stat line on Kirk Cousins in that game: 30 of 50, 357, 1 touchdown, 2 picks for Kirk D. Cousins.
There you go. Brought the ski mask to work.
You like that? Yeah, that guy's a crook. I don't know. I'm still not sold on those on the Vikings, which leads me.
The Vikings are consistently Vikings. You know what I mean? They always do what they're doing right now.
Yeah. So you guys ready for some top 5, bottom 5?
Yes.
All right. Let me get my.
He needs some milk.
Oh wait, that was the wrong one.
NFL Stradamus.
we need some milk. Is that what that says?
I pushed the wrong button. My bad.
Why do we even have that?
I don't know. I got some weird stuff on here, bro. I can't push all these buttons. So anyway, all right. So gonna do a little top 5, bottom 5. What do you guys want first? Bottom or top?
Bottom.
Oh yeah. All right. So we'll do a little bottom 5. Okay. I got in. I'm gonna go bottom up. Okay, I'm gonna go bottom up because the obvious right now, I've been giving them a free pass most of the season is the Texans, but I got them at dead last right now. There's just nothing here. I know there's other teams that are disappointing, but you're 1-7-1. You keep losing these games. There's like, bro, there's just horrible time for I mean, thank God you got the Astros if you're in Houston. That's all I gotta say. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Thank God you got the Astros. All right, so that got them as the worst team in the NFL right now. But now the next 4 here. These are the guys that are trying to get out of this bottom 5. These are my relegation. Okay, this is my relegated teams to XFL right now. So Texans holding it down in last place here. The Raiders coming in at 31st here. Not looking good, man. Bad times. We just said they had the best win-loss record in 1 points or 1 score games last season. This season, the complete opposite. Josh McDaniels, I don't know what's happening. They got rid of an interim coach. They signed this guy for a lot of money. Do you buy him out? Is it bad? Is it a culture thing? Devontae Adams is the only bright spot on that team, but he's calling out players saying, if you don't want to be here, don't be here. You know, there's a lot of problems there in Raiderland. They're 2-7. They lost to the Colts. Okay, 25-20. Do you know what happened? Do you know the Colts? You even looked at the Colts? What's been going on?
Oh, Jeff Saturday. How about Jeff Sunday, baby? Jeff Sunday is in the house.
He criticized too.
Huh?
He was criticized.
Dude, this guy came
rightfully so.
Rightfully so. He's an NFL analyst, and he came out and said, "Look, bro, I might suck or I might do good. I don't know, but I think I can help out." And he's coming in as an interim basis, which I get it. Try something else. He's a friend of the owners. He's a lot, Hall of Fame Colts player. So, and the guy's a winner. He's won Super Bowls with Aaron Rodgers. He's won Super Bowls with the Colts. He's played behind plenty of Hall of Famers. If there's somebody there that could talk to this team and help them out, good for them. That's the guy. And the first thing he did is like, hey, we're bringing back Matt Ryan, starting, bring him back. And, hey, they got a dub. Again, Raiders, it was the Raiders, but they won. So good for them. Colts win.
Yeah, he did something simple. He played their best players.
Yeah, that's it. Right next to them, next worst, I got the Denver Broncos, man. They lost to the Titans this week in Tennessee, 17-10. They play the Raiders next week in Denver.
That's toilet bowl.
Toilet bowl, bro. That's gonna be true.
And we all thought that division was gonna be insane. It sucks, bro.
You had that pegged as the best division in football, and I agreed with you too. I was like,
terrible, man.
Terrible.
Oh my god.
So Broncos 3-6 lost to Titans. Next up, I got the Bears, man. Bears struggling. Justin Fields, bright spot. Back-to-back games with like 100-something yards rushing.
Ridiculous.
He's got some wheels. He's even got Mike McDaniel saying, stop that, on the sidelines. You saw a video of him telling him to stop it. But the Bears 3-7. There's nothing really to look forward to. They lost to the Lions this week at home. I know it's a division rival and everything, but it's the Lions.
But he's looking better. He's looking like he could be a franchise quarterback. So
he's looking like a guy who could run. And in Ohio State,
he made some throws against Miami, so he's getting better.
I haven't seen the throws there. I've seen the legs, and I've seen the athlete and the skill, of being just a natural athlete. He's phenomenal. But I also know at Ohio State, they have a lot of weapons, man. They got a lot of they produce receivers now. They're wide receiver now. You know what I mean? So he had plenty of guys. He had NFL receivers in college playing against college defenses.
Always the better team.
Yeah. So, and he had think about it. NFL receivers playing against college defenses. That's what he had at Ohio State. So I like where his trajectory is going. But
you could say the same thing about Alabama though, but Tua's good.
Yeah, no, for sure. But you're seeing the throws this season.
Tua was a better pure thrower.
Yeah, man, you're seeing it. I'm not seeing the throws yet from Fields. I'm seeing an athlete, but overall, this Bears team is just bad. Three losses in a row here. All right, next up, here we go. My top bottom 5 team. This is a surprise here, because their record is 4-6, and they just won this week.
Packers?
Bro, Gus, god dang, Gus. Wow. Bro, did I share this with you or something, dude? How do you know all my answers here, bro?
You guys are in tune.
Bro, I like it, Gus. FaceTime. I like the FaceTime, bro. That's what's up.
A great show. He's having a great show ever since he's
phenomenal, dude.
He got engaged.
This engagement has done wonders for his sports IQ.
You're not married yet, and things are trending up already.
Bro, for real, sports IQ skyrocketing right now. Absolutely right, Gus. I got the Packers 4-6. They beat the Cowboys 31-28, but they had lost 5 in a row prior to that. And the team just looked like a dumpster fire. I don't know what to expect. I hate Aaron Rodgers. I've always been, Aaron Rodgers hater. So with great pleasure, I put him at, in my bottom 5. So that rounds out my bottom 5. All right.
Now we're gonna that Christian Watson kid looks good though. He
picked him up in
injured
fantasy.
and me too.
Yeah. So looking to see 3 touchdowns, and I like the celebration after the third one when he starts counting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I got 3 today. Very good feeling. Good for him. Love to see a rookie do that. All right, here we go. Top 5. There's been some shakeups. Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple of teams real quick. Not gonna elaborate much on them. I'm gonna give you a couple of teams. All right, that are on the outside looking in, but I like. Watch out for these teams. All right, still high on the Ravens. 6-3, 3 straight wins. That's an easy one. But this is how good my top 5 is right now. How strong I feel about it. That I got the Ravens at 6-3 on the outside looking in. Next up, I got the Bucks. I think the Bucks right now, 5-5. All right, 5-5.
Never count out Brady.
Never count out Brady.
The Brady bunch is strong.
Exactly. Back-to-back wins, getting back on track, and that NFC South is wide open. They're in first place with 5-5. You saw it. They would host a playoff game. So,
and no team in the NFL throws the ball more than the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Exactly. They've just been depleted, injuries, a lot of different things there. And I think the divorce just got to this guy, dude. And again, that sucks, dude. That's a heavy thing to have on your mind, and to go out there and try to perform at an elite level. It's impossible, bro. Yeah. So those are my notable bubble teams that I like here. Little bubble teams, adding a little extra sazon to my stuff here. Okay.
All right.
NFL Stradamus.
All right, here we go. My top 5. All right, coming in numero 5. All right, I got this team. They're still in there. They didn't have a dominant win this week, but they had a good win. They beat a team with a winning record, 22-16. Right, and at 5-4, they look like they got all the pieces. We mentioned them earlier. I like the San Francisco 49ers. I'm still high on them. I got them as the 5th best team right now. Okay, 5th best team right now. Now, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But again, I just see when they're playing and when they're clicking, I like the weapons. I like what they have. Defense is stud. They beat the Chargers this week. Justin Herbert's throwing a nobody and killing my fantasy team this season. It sucks, but it is. It's still, that's a good Chargers team, and they won. So props to them. All right, number 4. I don't know if you're ready for this, bro. My number 4 team is a surprise. I already mentioned them a few times already, but
number 5 was a surprise.
Number 5 is a surprise too. I think I got some surprises here, but number 4, got the Giants, man. I really struggled to try to find a good team here, and I thought about some of these other teams that are on the bubble. I thought about the teams that have above them, but I feel like I like the Giants at 4 right now. 7-2. They beat the Texans. That was an easy win, but that's what you want to do. You want to beat the easy teams. Okay.
7-2 is so surprising.
Super surprising. Nobody thought that the Giants would be this good. All right. Nobody thought that the Giants would be this good. And Kevin feels me. Aaron Rodgers did me dirty in fantasy football. That guy sucks, bro. Not Kevin. Aaron Rodgers. That guy sucks. So Giants 7-2. They look good. Like I said, Barkley should get some love when it comes to MVP if they continue, because
record alone, he's leading that team. He led that team to 7-2, bro.
He's got 55 catches, or on pace for 55 catches out of the backfield. Like some weird stat. Like he's gonna have over 2,000 yards in total offense. From the running back position, and again, can any of you name a wide receiver on the Giants right now?
Sterling Shepard.
Is he still on the Giants? Or is that just an old fantasy football name that you remember?
Plaxico Burress.
No, he's still
Plaxico Burress.
All right,
no,
nice.
Sterling's still there, bro. He's the only one left.
He's the only one. Okay, good. I can't name you a guy there. Like the Giants don't have anybody that you would know, but they keep putting it up and they keep winning.
I only know Sterling Shepard because when I'm looking at the waiver wire, he keeps popping up, and I'm like, no, I don't fucking want Sterling Shepard, bro.
Kevin says Darius Slayton. Okay, yeah, I did that name. Yeah,
there you go.
But again, this is not a team that on paper that roster would scare you, but they're putting it up 7-2. Danny Dimes, like I said earlier, is having the best year of his career. He's exceeding
Jones and me.
he's exceeding his average career averages by incredible numbers right now. So good for the Giants. I got him at a solid 4. All right.
That's amazing.
Number 3. Reluctantly put them at 3. Reluctantly, with a lot of hesitation here, okay? But the Minnesota Vikings, only because they beat the Bills. All right. Only because they beat the Bills. They've been on this list just because their record, they win, but they beat the Bills. But we already discussed, I'm not sold. If you got the Bucks and the Vikings, I'm taking Brady and the Bucks, every day of the week over Minnesota.
In a must-win game.
And exactly, bro. And in a primetime game, bro. In the moment that Kirk Cousins goes on any primetime game, that team is destined to lose, bro. And Kirk Cousins, man, great stat pattern. Great stat pattern. Pad statter. And he's just.
And you know what? Every playoff game is a primetime game.
And exactly. I'm not going to count on him. So I'm not sold on it. And with good reason. All right, bro. There's some teams that are available, but there's only 2 spots left.
Ooh.
Wow. All right.
I know where he's going.
You know where I'm going?
He's wearing one of them. It's got to be.
Exactly.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Tua Tagovailoa.
That's right, baby. I got the Dolphins at number 2. Okay. And I was almost going to put them 1. I was almost going to put them 1.
No. Be humble. Be humble.
I got to be a little humble. I got to, be
humble brag. Humble brag.
Exactly. Be a little humble brag here. I got the Dolphins. I think right now, Kevin keeps naming receivers for the Giants. All right, bro. Thanks.
Stop Googling.
Stop Googling. Yes. Stop looking at the depth charts on ESPN. But no, bro, the Dolphins right now, we talked about it, to open the show here. Complete offense, complete defense. Everything is clicking at the right time. You have the guy who's number 2 in MVP potential right now, a guy who leads the NFL in passing, in ratings, in QBR, and everything right now is Tua. Why not, bro? That's the squad right there. That's the team. I got the Dolphins there. I got them at 2. At number 1, and the only reason I put them at 1 over the Dolphins, even though you could make the argument for the Dolphins here, is that this guy's already won a Super Bowl. He's won an MVP. He has those things that I want Tua to get. He has those things that I want the Dolphins to win, but he already has it. He knows how to do it. He's done it for a few seasons. It's easy. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's the Chiefs. I got them at 1. Dolphins at 2, Vikings 3, Giants 4, and Niners 5. Notice who's missing in that top 5 there.
I saw Eagles. You took Buffalo out too, and
Buffalo out, Eagles out. You're phonies right now. I don't want nothing to do. You're not a top 5. I'll take my top 5 above any of those teams that I left out.
Moody, not NFL Stradamus. He's very moody, like
very very moody.
Whatever he's feeling at that moment,
Absolutely.
NFL Stradamus.
I think I've earned that right, man. I stand by my top 5 here. I stand by it. Always subject to change. We don't know what's going to happen, but I like it. Again, Chiefs rolling, bro. Chiefs. By the way, the Chiefs beat the Jags 27-17. They were in total control. Kelsey is still a weapon. Patrick Mahomes is just nasty. But guys, I just compared the Dolphins to the Kansas City Chiefs. Think about that. Think about where we are in life right now that I'm comparing the Dolphins to the Kansas City Chiefs, and you guys didn't even blink an eye and think, oh, that's crazy. No, you were like, you believe that.
Yeah.
You believe it in your soul. You believe it deep down inside that we're at that same level as the Kansas City fucking Chiefs right now. Just let that thought marinate in your head, because that's the absolute best thing that could possibly happen right now. And, Dennis, I know he's probably watching. Me and him are going to be out there at Biscayne Boulevard, come February. We've been saying it. I got the time travel on my side, so.
There you go, man. He knows something we don't know.
Oh, because Kenny Galladay has sucked as a giant.
Yeah, he really has.
The fantasy struggle's real, bro. The fantasy struggle's real. I dropped down in the league, guys, but in our Lemon City League, I got the best record overall, dude, right now.
Yeah, you do.
Killing it, bro.
I think we play each other this weekend in both our Friends League and the Lemon City League.
Oh, we're playing both?
Head to
I think
head.
so.
Down, bro. Going down. Boo.
Fungus.
Yeah, bro. So that's my top 5. That's my bottom 5 there. I stand by it. My bottom 5 is. I like my top 5 better than my bottom 5, but I do like that I finally got to put the Packers in there. Missed the chances before. Couldn't justify it. I feel like I could justify it now. So even though they won. I thought that was,
Whatever.
So yeah, man. So all right, that's what I got. What else do we got? Any
Football
other?
wise, I think that's it. Football wise, but
Yeah.
we can get into
The
football.
the biggest event in the planet
Yeah,
bro.
every 4 years.
Guys,
The World Cup
it's
coming
official
up
time.
Sunday. Sunday,
Bruh.
it's
What are you guys doing for the game? What are you guys doing for the game? Any of you guys? Because it's the first game. You got to watch. You got to do something special. What time Sunday is the game?
I think it's at 11.
11 a.m.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, local time here is 11.
Mhm.
It's Ecuador versus Qatar, right?
Yes, the home team. Ecuador is actually one of the teams that I think is like a dark horse. It's a very young team,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but they have a lot of talent and they're in a very accessible group. But
Good.
one thing I wanted to talk. I mean, I think everybody's already done favorites and bragging.
Yeah.
I wanted to focus on something a little bit different,
Okay.
which is Qatar actually being named, the country to host this event, and then everything that's going on already. The people have already traveled. They're saying that like there's like fake fans there. They're setting up local people dressed and to go because there's not a lot of people going. The World Cup is a party. It's a party. So
But
here
you
you
can't
can't
party,
party.
there's no
You can't drink. I was just watching the TV and you see the people in the restaurants with all the water bottles and stuff, which is cool. It's all right.
Yeah.
But it's a party. The whole thing with affection, no showing of affection.
Yeah. It's a totally different vibe. Yeah.
It's completely. It's kind of a vibe killer, to be honest.
Yeah.
I love the difference. I love the cultural. I'm not knocking that. But just with everything that was said for them to get it, the whole innuendo and insinuations of corruption, money paid out, all this stuff, for them to actually get it, the whole thing with human rights, that workers died, weren't getting paid, treated horribly. All these things are happening, and I'm not trying to be a party pooper because the World Cup is the biggest.
Absolutely.
I think it should have never gotten there. I wish they would have done, another country first time, but a little bit more open for the people.
Yeah.
It's a great place. It's nice. It's beautiful, but I don't know what's going to happen in this World Cup. I think, Brazil's the favorite in my eyes because they're stacked. They're stacked. Argentina is stacked. The last 4 World Cups, Europe has won. So we would say probabilities and the chances is that now South America is going to get one. So I think it might go that way. There's going to be some teams like I was saying, Ecuador. I think some dark horses. I think that some of the African teams might surprise because now your first World Cup like so close to home, and the weather, it's hot, but the games over there are gonna be like at night, so it's a little bit cooler. But I think the teams that are from South America and from hotter places have an advantage here. Okay. So I think there's gonna be some upsets, but it's just gonna be a very weird World Cup. Yeah. I don't know what to expect, but what I do expect is for the favorites, like always, to end up, in the final. So I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I love to see maybe a Brazil Germany or Brazil France or Argentina Germany, somewhere along those lines. I would love Brazil Germany because of the way they were Germany like destroyed Brazil
game
in 2014, and it would be great if Brazil could give them a little payback in a final. That would erase those bitter moments. But this is just a weird World Cup.
It is.
We're gonna have to party here for those people over there.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to send videos and of girls in bikinis and guys and us drinking.
They're gonna be partying by Zoom over there.
For real.
Zoom, that's it. But they have like underground places. Somebody got famous. I didn't get there's somebody that got famous because they put up on the internet like underground places to go get booze. And it actually got picked up by a big, soccer channel. I don't remember who it was because I glance at everything all over the place. Yeah. So it was hilarious. The guy put it on Twitter. Look, my little roadmap got picked up by so and so.
That's awesome.
So there are places. I'm just afraid, what's gonna happen. I already seen where some camera people have been harassed and told.
Yeah, I saw that the Danish crew.
Right, you can't film here, and it's like it's gonna be a weird World Cup. And,
is.
and the owners, even Blatter, who was the guy responsible for this crap, said, "We might have made a mistake. It's gonna be a weird vibe. This vibe, yeah. Of course, you make a mistake when you sell your soul and just for the cash,
for sure, for sure."
So
now, did you see to piggyback on your first point there? The vibe is totally different this year, and World Cups past. We live down here in a cultural, melting pot, like we've established many times.
We have everything here.
We got everybody here, and every other World Cup prior, even Russia, fucking Russia, dude. I had friends going out to
They
Russia.
said it was amazing.
And I had friends going out there to watch the games that were, some Peruvian fans, some Colombian fans. Obviously, both those teams aren't in there this season, but I had fans.
Why do you have
Argentina.
to remind us of that?
I had, anyway, I had my other friends too, and other just fans of the game in general that were going out there. Had some Argentinian fans. I don't have that rush for this one, like I don't see, like, a lot of my friends are staying back home. They're staying stateside for the reasons you mentioned. There's just
you want to get arrested over there and have a huge issue and maybe never make it back home.
And look, let me tell you, man. Look, the Middle East is a beautiful place. Having been there,
absolutely.
I'm a big fan. I think there's so much good stuff that could have happened. I just think it's been done in a wrong way. If you haven't watched the Netflix documentary that came out of FIFA Uncovered, it exposes the whole corruption and everything that's happened. Sepp Blatter, the CONCACAF president, everybody that was involved. It's disgusting. Like the money that was being exchanged for votes and the lifestyle. Basically, when you have people that are in control of such an important thing and are unregulated by anybody and just, living like the wild, wild west, calling their own shots. Sepp Blatter didn't want it to be in Qatar, but he had pissed off so many of the people in the committee, right, that they sold their votes because the Qatar people were giving out money for everything, So they sold their votes. So when they announced Qatar, he was legit surprised because he thought it was going to go to U.S. The Russia one was supposed to go to England.
The positive is after this World Cup, I hope everything's okay. There's nothing weird going on.
Yeah.
But the next one is here. Yeah. So it can only get better. And the one in 94, I actually went to one game. I drove up to see Holland versus Belgium. Nice. It was actually a pretty good game. The one here was one of the best World Cups ever.
Yeah.
And everything's gotten so much better now.
Yeah.
The culture, there's more people involved in soccer.
It's gonna be nuts 3.5 years from now.
Yeah, no, 3.5 years. The World Cup here, Canada, and Mexico, but I think it's mostly here.
It's gonna be
out of this world. And look, I'm already jumping past this one, which is kind of a shame.
It is.
I just don't know what to expect. It's not a party. You can't have a party in a World Cup where people can be jumping up and down, have a beer. And all the games, you see the people drinking beer in the middle of the game. You're not going to see that now.
I think they make some exceptions though to sell some in the games in some places.
I did see somewhere what it was Peru, Australia. In that game, I think there was people drinking there.
Yeah, but
you got to pay like $200.
On your bigger point, though, the whole vibe of it is gone.
It's a little weird.
It is. They're the fake fans. They're also the village. Did you see how they just got in all these containers and they made a village out of it and turning it into little weird apartments for $200 a night? And it's like, yo, bro, are you kidding me? Like, it's just a bed and a little table and that's it. And you're just, all right, come outside. You're here. That's it. You get nothing else. It's just such an exploitation. It's such there's just so much money over there. And again, I'll plug it again. FIFA Uncovered. Watch it. Netflix. If you haven't seen it, it's gross. How much corruption, gross how much money was being tossed around. It's no coincidence that a lot. There was one of the big things that they mentioned was the Paris was the vote from the French president, right, at the time, called the Michel Platini, who was one of the members of the committee,
the UEFA president.
He's been checked for corruption. Yeah,
he said, hey, you're gonna want to vote, change your vote from USA to Qatar, and he's like, wait, why? And he's like, just change it, even though they want that's what happened. This guy's denying it, but what ended up happening afterwards, I believe, was a $16 billion weapons deal that was bought by the Qataris to buy planes, fighter jets from France. Also, who owns Paris Saint-Germain? PSG.
Yeah, the Qataris.
The Qataris. They came in there, put in a ton of money, bought a team, and they
Mhm.
and who has the biggest payroll? Who has Messi? Who has Neymar? Who has
Yep.
Mbappe? Think about all this stuff and everything. And that's just one little, when you look under the rug over here, there's so much of it everywhere.
I hope everything works out well. It's just there's something about this World Cup that doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it's true. But let's talk about the games. You mentioned Brazil is your favorite. You said Ecuador's a dark horse. I like any team from South
Argentina
America.
hasn't lost, and
Yeah.
36 is a hot team going in.
Yep.
You have the world, perhaps the greatest player in history for many, Messi, and he's coming. He's 35, 36. He's coming in great form. The guy's coming in playing amazing. I saw him down here in the game against Honduras. It's beautiful. It's poetry in motion to see that type of player.
I mean, I feel bad for all those Argentina fans when USA wins it all. I mean, the rest of the if we're public enemy number one already.
Now that you mentioned Team USA, the only issue I have with Team USA, I wanted them, I expected them. I said I've been on the, this is the best USA team ever going to a World Cup.
Yeah.
But we might have perhaps the worst coach, and I say it in a respectful manner. And I'm trying to be respectful, but I just don't think that he is the one. I don't think he got the job, the best way, but I don't think he's the one that should be leading this team. I think he's leading
100%.
a team that has a lot of potential, and he's holding them, and there's no reason to hold them. USA is not expected to do much.
Mm-hmm.
They're really not. They haven't ever really done much. So I don't see why not go for it. Because they've never had this amount of talent. And then he made some tough decisions, some weird decisions in picking the players. And I think he's divided. I think the nation's divided with him. Everybody's behind the team, but people are divided with that coach.
To use Achilles' word here, and to harness Achilles' hatred for the coach, it's unbelievable how bad this guy is at his job.
Man.
But his decision making. A point was brought up to me the other day, which is Ricardo Pepi, right?
Yeah,
leaves FC Dallas because the coach of the USA says, "Hey, bro, if you want your best chance to make it on the team,
go to Europe.
It's not going to be in Dallas. Go to Europe." Goes to Europe. Scoring goals. Last I checked, out in the Eredivisie or whatever it is, in the Dutch league, doing
which
well.
is a very, very good developmental league. They excellent,
excellent, great league. He's putting it up, doing his stuff. He struggled at Augsburg where he was first at, but he was only there briefly, and then they moved him to this team and doing exactly what was told of him, and then they don't pick him, and they pick the guy who replaced him at Dallas, which is just head scratching to me. Like,
not only that, Pepe scored important goals in qualifications to get them to this point.
And Ferreira, look, I like Ferreira because he's Colombian.
I'm not so worried about Ferreira more than Haji Wright.
But Haji Wright's another guy. Like, there's a lot of questionable stuff. But at the end of the day, I think we're also focusing a lot on the guys that didn't make it or the fringe guys and stuff like that. But if everybody stays healthy, you're just going to see a certain 9 in there, and that's it. You know what I mean? You're going to see a certain 9 guys playing, and you're not going to worry about the Haji Wrights coming in or somebody. If Brandon Harrison does what he's supposed to, if McKinney stays healthy, does what he's supposed to, if Pulisic does what he's supposed to, we're going to have a good squad, and we're going to have
Reina's good.
We're going to have a competitive
You're
team.
mentioning players that I personally believe are even with some of the top players in the world.
Yeah,
I mean, you have the quality. The quality is there now. It's are they cohesive? What we always say, can they play together? What's their style?
Yep.
Are they straightforward? Do they possess? Like, it's confusing the way they play. And Pulisic, this is his World Cup to break out.
Hopefully,
he hasn't been great. His career has a solid career, obviously, but he hasn't been that big star that we're waiting to just see explode on the world scene. This is his chance. This is his chance. They didn't make it last time, and I hope he's bringing
this
all
and
that
the next,
with him.
And the next one, he's gonna have another go about it since we already qualified.
He's gonna be in his prime. I mean, even better then. But
let me tell you, FIFA already
blow up.
In FIFA, I won this World Cup already with USA, so I'm feeling pretty good about the squad as much as we
if only it
criticize.
were that easy. If only it were that easy.
Hey, and going back to NFL real quick here, I also won the Super Bowl with Tua and the Dolphins this season a couple of years ago in NFL in my game, and Tua threw 75 touchdowns that season. I'm just saying, I've known for a while that the kid has potential. So, anyway, all right, we're gone long here. Show's been a little longer than we wanted to, but it's been a great show. A lot of good. I think we all learned something here, and again. Sunday is going to be the start of an incredible 5-week run here. The World Cup is a magical thing. It's one of my favorite events in the world. Everybody's going to be watching, and hopefully,
even people that don't like soccer, get sucked in.
I'm just knowing that, and especially the first week and a half, first 2 weeks where there's a game every day because you have the group games and every group is going and you're going and you're going. It's gonna be like. I'm gonna be checked out. I'm gonna be busy watching a lot of soccer, and it doesn't matter who's playing. I'm gonna watch. So anybody listening, anybody watching, enjoy it. Enjoy Sunday. Enjoy everything that this World Cup is bringing. Because in 4 years or 3.5 years, we're gonna have that all here.
That is
only gonna be
man.
Elevated to another level beyond anything that you can comprehend. Think about it, man. If '94 was nuts here, imagine now with everything that we have available. With this influx of attention and all that stuff, it's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be the party of the month, party of
it's the party of a lifetime. But again,
bro, and if our boys have a good showing in this World Cup, the hype going into the next one, oh my!
And they have some great players in the U20s that I like. That I wish were there now.
Yeah.
So no, they're going to have a squad. If everything goes according to plan, and they have a better coach.
Enjoy the weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. From myself, from Gus, from Chavi. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back next week. We'll have reaction to the USA's first game. They play Monday, 2 p.m. against Wales. So check it out. And they play again on Friday, Black Friday, 2 p.m. against England. So we'll be plenty to talk about. So much good stuff coming up next week. But other than that,
have a beer from each country.
Yes.
Participating in the World Cup.
All right, guys. Everybody have a great night.
Edwin, wait. On this day.
Oh, there it is. Gus, give it to me.
More.
What do we
got?
On
this day in 2003, 16-year-old Leo Messi makes his official debut for FC Barcelona when he comes on and as a substitute. How about that?
16-year-old Messi made his debut how many years ago today?
2003, years. So 19 years ago.
Wow. Look at that, bro.
You know who it was?
Who he came on for?
No. Not who he came on for. Deco, I think it was. But his first goal he ever scored, Ronaldinho.
With this
had to be him, nah.
Oh no, that bromance. That bromance was the best. There's
those two guys playing together. Wow.
Oh, I got a little just piggybacking on that one that you mentioned, Ronaldinho. There's a really great story where Kobe Bryant talks about visiting. He's a big Barcelona fan, and he talks about going to visit Barcelona. And he was talking to Ronaldinho, and Ronaldinho kept saying, "Hey, forget me, forget anything that's happening. This 16-year-old kid that we got back there, that kid's gonna be the truth. That kid's gonna be the next big thing." And he introduced him to Leo Messi as a 16-year-old introduced to Kobe. Phenomenal story. So that bromance between Ronaldinho and Messi is just phenomenal, bro.
Yeah.
So, all right, gentlemen.
All right, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Adios, muchachos.
USA.
Yes, sir.